Have you ever had a place in your mind after reading about it that you were really excited to go to, and then you get there and it is nothing like what you had imagined? Well, that happened to me with Magdeburg, which is where I'm headed now.
And I really wanna know.
So starting with Charlemagne in the 9th century, Christianity started spreading throughout Germany through the Holy Roman Empire. Magdeburg was the eastern boundary for Christianity up to the 9th and 10th century. From Christian Magdeburg, the Christians tried to convert the pagans across the Elbe River. So Magdeburg played an important role in the spread of Christianity through Germany. That's why there's this huge cathedral here. And that's the main purpose of my visit today, is to see that cathedral and to really explore it. Magdeburg was pretty destroyed during the war, and it lies in East Germany. So I'm excited to check it out, and let's see what we can find. The Green Citadel was a project by architect Friedenreich Hundertwasser. This building was created and opened in 2003. The Magdeburg Cathedral is officially called the Cathedral of Saints Maurice and Catherine. It's a Protestant cathedral and the oldest Gothic cathedral in Germany. The cathedral is the landmark of Magdeburg, the capital city of the Bundesland of Saxony-Anhalt, and is also home to the grave of Emperor Otto I the Great and his first wife Edith. First church built in 937 at the location of the current cathedral was an abbey called St. Maurice, dedicated to St. Maurice. The current cathedral was constructed over the period of 300 years, starting from 1209, and the completion of the steeples took place in 1520. Okay, I have to give an honest review of the Magdeburg Dome. I've been privileged enough to travel quite a bit throughout Europe and see magnificent cathedrals and churches pretty much everywhere I've gone. The bar is pretty high. I've seen some really nice ones and some fairly average ones. The problem with this dome is, and it's not their fault, but it was severely damaged in the war. So they reconstructed it the way it was, but it's still a reconstruction. And being as important as it was here in the spread of Christianity through Germany, I expected a little more grandness, I think, a little bit more ornateness than there was there. A little disappointed, I'm not gonna lie. But there is this Dome Museum Otanium, probably about Otto the First through Otto the Third maybe, that I'm gonna check out and see if that kind of adds a little bit of something to my feelings for the dome. Don't get me wrong, it's very nice, and if you're in Magdeburg, it's definitely worth a see, but I don't know if it's worth coming here just for that. Okay, so they wouldn't let me film in the museum, which is kind of a bummer. It's a pretty cool museum if you're into, if you want to know the history of Otto the Great, Otto the First, who was emperor of the Holy Roman Empire around the year 900, 940, something like that. He's buried in the cathedral, which is really cool, along with his wife. So that makes the cathedral worth seeing, if nothing else, to see the great Otto the Great buried here. So if you want to know more about Otto the Great and the Holy Roman Empire and history during the early and Middle Ages, make sure you subscribe to my other channel, Wanderlust History. I haven't posted any videos yet, but I'm working on scripts, and it's going to be a very complete history of not just Berlin, but the areas surrounding Berlin, encompassing pretty much all of Germany. And I'm starting from the beginning. Well, not the beginning, but from around 100 BC. So if you want to, I'll put a link in the description. Make sure you subscribe to that channel as well.
I can feel it in my bones. And nothing to ask no. Got me looking like a clown. Tell me why we let us down. Tell me I'll be what I eat. Can I do that? Got my needs. Rose the gun and kill the sound. Someone always let us down. I can tell that you're a dancer. Throwing your hands in the air that you answer. When I ask you if you want me, you're a panther. I'm a little too for a boy, you a trans girl. I put on left, right, it just says cancer.
The art museum in the Our Lady of Magdeburg Monastery looks really cool. It's a contemporary art museum in an almost completely preserved 11th century Romanesque monastery complex. Kind of wish I had gone in, but you know me, I don't really like museums, especially art museums, but I would have loved to gotten to see the monastery. It looks super cool.
Got me looking like a clown. Summer always let us down. Tell me I'll be what I eat. Can I be? I got my needs. Close the curtain, kill the sound.
All right, I must be completely losing my marbles, because here at the Johanneskirche it says €3 per person. Johanneskirche. So I go in there and the guy tells me €6. €6. Okay. First off, okay, I have a problem paying to get into the church anyway, but €3, that's doable. I am not paying €6 to get into a church that should cost $3, which is very confusing. I don't understand, but whatever. I'm getting bad vibes from this place, man. Like €5 to get into the Otto Museum, the Otto the First Museum. €2 to take pictures in the dome. I hate being nickeled and dimed. That's the thing. That's the only problem I have. I hate being nickel and dimed, and I feel like I'm being nickel and dimed in this city.
Now, I have seen a lot of old market centers in a lot of towns throughout Europe, and this was one of the most underwhelming I have ever seen. Very, very underwhelming.
So Magdeburg is definitely a city in Germany. I'll be real honest. I'm not very impressed at all, actually. It's just kind of here. I mean, the cathedral is cool, but it's been rebuilt. The churches charge money to get in, which, okay, a couple euros, But then it says 3 euros and you're gonna charge me 6. I don't know. It's not a very charming city. There's some old here, that's for sure. There is some old here. I'm not sure that you need to come here, to be honest with you. Brandenburg is a better option. Potsdam is a much better option. So yeah, just my 2 cents so far. Certainly doesn't help that it's super hot, and if you know me, you know I hate the hot weather. This was probably a mistake, but I wanted to get out. Hot weather makes me cranky, so that is, I'm sure, affecting my mood. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, this park is kind of cute, but overall, I am just unimpressed with Magdeburg, to be honest. Very unimpressed.
Guys, I really try to not be negative when it comes to visiting places and things I see. Every place has its charm. Magdeburg certainly has its charm, but I've got to tell you, it's not my favorite place I've ever been to. Whether it was the weather or the constant nickel and diming at the churches, I don't know. It didn't have that, I don't know, medieval spirit that I was expecting when I had read about the city. I'm sure that's because of World War II and the Cold War. And it does have its redeeming qualities, and you know what? I'm probably going to give it another shot when the weather's a little bit nicer and I can get out and really explore a lot more without being miserable. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and if you like videos about traveling in Germany and you want to see more about life in Berlin, check out this next video.